It started as an urban legend in Ravi's college group chat. There's a dark web link called the Black Room. If you stay in it for 10 minutes, something follows you back. Most dismissed it as clickbait horror. But for Ravi, who prided himself on debunking creepy internet myths, it was irresistible. One night, alone in his hostel room, he fired up the Tor browser and searched deep through hidden forums. After an hour of dead ends, a thread caught his eye. Enter the Black Room, 10 minutes dare to last until 0. The page was blank except for a glowing button, enter. Ravi hesitated, then clicked. The screen went black. A digital timer appeared, starting at 10 minutes. Below it, a line of text flickered, no matter what you see, do not leave. At first, it was boring, just blackness on his monitor and the timer ticking down. 9:32, 9:05. His heartbeat slowed. This is dumb, he thought. Probably some cheap jump scare at the end. But then, faintly, the screen brightened. A dim light bulb swayed into view, illuminating a bare room. Someone was sitting there. A man, slouched in a chair, face obscured in shadow. The timer kept ticking. 7:48. Suddenly, the man jerked his head up. His face was wrapped in blooded gauze, only one eye visible. He leaned forward, close to the camera. A metallic scraping sound filled Ravi's headphones, like nails dragged across iron. 6:59. The man raised a hand and held up a piece of cardboard with words scrawled in black marker. I see you, Ravi. Ravi's chest tightened. His throat went dry. He fumbled for his webcam light, it was off. How the hell did they know his name? He whispered to himself, it's staged. Just a trick. But his reflection in the dark monitor betrayed his own fear. 5:12. The man in the stream stood up. His movements were stiff, jerky, unnatural. The camera shook as if being carried. The view shifted toward a door in the far corner of the Black Room. Knocks echoed, not from his screen, but from behind Ravi's real door. He whipped around. Silence. When he looked back, the man on screen was standing by the same kind of wooden door as Ravi's. The resemblance was uncanny. 3:29. The chat box suddenly appeared on the screen. Dozens of usernames he didn't recognize began typing rapidly. Don't look away. Stay until 0. He's almost there. Ravi's hands shook over the trackpad. Every instinct screamed at him to shut the laptop. But the warning text at the top flashed red. If you leave early, he comes faster. 2:10. The gauze-faced man began to walk. Step by step. The camera followed him down a hallway. The walls looked eerily similar to Ravi's hostel. Same peeling paint, same flickering ceiling light. Ravi's pulse thundered. This is impossible. He slapped the laptop shut. Darkness. Silence. Then his phone buzzed. One notification. An image file. With trembling hands, he opened it. It was a screenshot of his hostel door. Taken from outside. Time-stamped just seconds ago. 1 o'clock, the laptop lid snapped open on its own. The timer resumed. The gauze man was now standing directly in front of a door identical to Ravi's. His lone exposed eye stared through the screen. He raised a knife. 0:10. Ravi bolted for the light switch, desperate to break the spell, to convince himself it wasn't real. But the bulbs above him exploded with a sharp crack. The room drowned in darkness. The countdown hit 0. The last thing Ravi saw before the screen went blank was the door swinging open, on the stream, and in his room. Ravi was a collector of strange things. Not antiques or art, sounds. He spent hours on obscure corners of the internet downloading rare, experimental audio files, creepy radio static, lost broadcasts, alleged forbidden recordings. One night, he found a link buried on a dark web forum, titled simply, "The Sound That Ends You." It was only a 45-second MP3. He laughed it off. Just some edgy ARG bait. Still, curiosity gnawed at him. He put on headphones and pressed play. At first, it was nothing but a low hum, like a fridge buzzing. Then came whispers, layered, hundreds of voices murmuring in different languages, overlapping like a storm. His ears ached. The whispers grew clearer. One voice broke through, "Stop listening, Ravi." He froze. He hadn't entered his name anywhere. The file continued, "We are closer now." His vision blurred. Blood dripped from his nose. He yanked the headphones off, heart hammering. But even without them, the sound continued, leaking from his speakers, from his phone, even from the dead TV across the room. His apartment lights flickered. Shadows swirled at the edges of his vision. The voices chanted in unison now, rising in tempo, until they formed a single sentence, "Open the door." 3 sharp knocks echoed from his front door. He sat frozen, trembling, staring at it. The doorknob rattled. The file's final second played, a piercing shriek that fried his speakers. Then silence. The next morning, neighbors complained of hearing screaming through the walls. But Ravi's apartment was empty, except for his laptop. On its screen, paused at midnight, was the same audio file. The play button blinked, waiting for the next listener. It started with a dare. Arjun had always been fascinated by the dark web, those hidden corners of the internet whispered about in Reddit threads and YouTube videos. His friends egged him on during a late-night gaming call, "Bet you won't go deeper. Not just drug forums or scam shops, go to the streams." Arjun laughed nervously. He loved horror, but there was something about live dark web streams that felt different. Still, the thrill was addictive. That night, past 2 a.m., in the blue glow of his laptop, he downloaded a Tor browser, slipped on his headphones, and began clicking through links buried under strange forums. The first hook came fast. A pop-up asked, "Do you want to see what no one else dares to?" A countdown timer pulsed beneath. Arjun hesitated, his heart thumping, then pressed yes. The page loaded into a live chat room, with just 2 words blinking on the screen, "Welcome, viewer number 37. The stream opened. At first, it was nothing, just a dimly lit basement with a single camera pointed at a chair. The chat box flooded with disturbing usernames: Skin Collector, Ashes in Teeth, No Eyes. Their comments scrolled fast. Soon. Wait. Don't look away. Arjun leaned closer, unsettled. The basement light flickered, and a man wearing a cracked porcelain mask stepped into frame. He held up a handwritten sign, "Viewers choose the fate." Arjun's stomach twisted. He realized what this was. One of those infamous Red Room streams people swore were urban legends. Supposedly fake, just shock value roleplays. He tried to convince himself this was staged. But then, the masked man dragged someone into the frame. It was a girl, maybe Arjun's age, wrists bound, tape across her mouth. She was trembling, eyes wide, pupils darting straight into the lens. Straight into him. The chat exploded. Viewers typed commands like burn her hair, cut the skin, blindfold. The masked man nodded, choosing at random, obeying the crowd's darkest impulses. Arjun wanted to close the tab, but his hand wouldn't move. He was frozen. The horror wasn't just what was happening, it was that this wasn't a video. It was live. Every scream echoed raw, unedited, unfiltered. Then something happened that shattered him. The girl, sobbing behind her gag, looked straight at the camera again. And the masked man leaned close to the lens, holding up another sign. This time, it read, "Viewer number 37 chooses next." Arjun's breath caught. The chat stopped. Every username went silent. The screen pulsed. A message box appeared in front of him, cut or burn. His mouse shook as he tried to move it away, but the cursor dragged back to the box, as if locked. His fingers trembled. He whispered to himself, "It's fake. It has to be fake." Then, a new sign appeared, "We know you, Arjun." His blood went cold. How? He hadn't typed his name anywhere. Suddenly, his webcam light flickered on. He panicked, slamming the lid down, but it was too late. The faint reflection on the screen showed his own horrified face staring back. His headphones filled with static, then a deep, distorted voice, "You are not just a viewer now. You are part of the stream." Arjun ripped the headphones off, his heart racing, and yanked the Wi-Fi cable from the wall. Darkness swallowed his room. He sat there, chest heaving, trying to convince himself it was over. Minutes crawled by. Then, 3 knocks tapped against his window. Slow. Deliberate. Waiting. He turned, every nerve in his body screaming not to look. But curiosity dragged his eyes. The window was cracked open, just slightly. And on the glass, was a fresh smear of red.